Is this thing on? It should be on. Hello, hi. Another stream. Another shiny hunting stream. Another day of disappointment. Potentially, maybe. Maybe not. That's kind of what we're here to find out. Yeah, today was supposed to be a Sekiro stream. That's what I said last stream. But I was thinking, and I kind of felt like doing shiny hunting more because I really fucking want to get this treecko before the end of the year. I mean, not only before the end of the year, just overall. Please just give me the fucking shiny treecko, and I can move on to maybe better things. But anyway, also I forgot to actually go in the game. I have Black 2 in the DS. I have not played Black 2 much on this DS, but it's there. Yeah, this is not going to be a long stream. Last stream I ended at kind of a odd number of 9,360. So I thought that today I would probably go to 9,500. That would be a nice number to end at. Also today the pigeon is, as you can see, it's a bit bigger. Last stream I had it kind of really small in the corner, so I decided that for the sake of switching it up every now and then, I'll make it big this time. So yeah, that's basically what we're here to do today. And yeah, give me the fucking shiny treecko. That's basically what's going on today. Also, the mic was a bit of a pain to set up. Not only the mic, everything was a bit of a pain to set up because I didn't really plan on doing the stream today, as I said, so I kind of had to set up everything very last minute, and yeah, it was not great. There was a lot of testing that had to be done to make the mic sound okay, because there's a radiator that is making quite a lot of noise, so I had to adjust the settings a lot to make it so that it isn't painful to listen to. And I think it should be fine now. It should be okay. But changing like even the mic volume, changing it a little bit means that I basically have to like readjust every other audio setting as well, because it's all very fine-tuned. Not like well, but it's still very fine-tuned. It's like, you know, it's very specific settings, right? It's not probably correct, but it's still. I really should like try to find like a consistent audio setting that I can use, but it's so difficult because I don't always have the mic at the exact same position and the exact same like length away from me. So it's pretty difficult to find like a consistent setting that works. But I think it should sound fine now. Maybe. Also, this time I have not had any coffee. Actually, none at all today. I don't even drink coffee like that often. It's just like the last month or so I've been drinking coffee pretty much daily, I think. But today I did not have any, so we'll see if my experiment still holds up. I don't even know if it's really an experiment. It's just kind of like my findings on drinking and not drinking coffee. But today, what I'm actually drinking is some Pepsi Max. Yeah. I did try to like match the OSD to the volume of the mic, but it's difficult because not all of the OSDs in this like playlist are at the exact same volume. So some of them will be a bit louder and some of them will be a bit quieter. But it's fine, it's okay. This is a bit scuffed, but that's kind of like the whole, you know, thing of the channel. It's not like an intentional thing, it's not like... I don't know if someone like might think that I'm intentionally making my streams and videos like a bit scuffed, but no, it's just that I'm very incompetent. Yeah. It's fine, it's part of the charm, I guess. Actually, one thing that I really wanted to talk about, the first, I guess, topic this stream, is Pokemon Evolutions. I've talked about it at few streams whenever there's new episodes, and there is once again a new episode. Came out today, the Gen 1 or Kanto episode. Goddamn, very good, very good. Probably my favorite episode, honestly. It's, I think, the best one. Really, really solid. And I like that they're finally kind of doing something with the third protagonist, Blue. It's nice. Yes, she's overall been like very weird, you know. She's had quite the history of like changing name and such, and like leave and whatever the fuck, you know, they did in Let's Go. And is it kind of like a remake of the manga or what? It's very confusing. That whole character is a complete fucking mess, so I hope they stick with what they have now, like the Let's Go version. I hope they stick with that. It's like, I made a tweet about it, and I don't know if everyone got what I meant in that tweet, but basically, back in whenever 1996, when they made Red and Green as the first games, they then later on made Pokemon Blue that same year, and then in 1998 they released Red and Blue in, you know, outside of Japan, right? And in the games, you know, Red is the protagonist and Green is the rival. But since the versions that everyone outside of Japan knew was, you know, Red and Blue, they changed the rival to Blue. So Green changed to Blue. And then when they introduced the third protagonist, her name in Japan was Blue, but outside of Japan it's Green. So it basically, like, the names got mixed up, and that has caused so much fucking confusion over the years of just like people asking like which character do you mean, and them like even Pokemon themselves like contradicting their decision, I think, at times, and it's just very confusing, very bad. But they seem to have now like somewhat stuck with, you know, what they have. From what it seems like, it's still that in Japan, the name of the female protagonist is Blue, and then everywhere else she's Green. Yeah, pretty dumb how it ended up like that, but what can you do? I feel like there's no correcting it anymore. It's just they're gonna have to live with it. But overall, great Pokemon Evolutions episode. Kanto is always great to see. Of course, people always cry about too much Kanto, but it's a good region. They you know, have it there a lot. They show it a lot. The reason is because everyone kind of likes Kanto. Solid region with a lot of nostalgia and stuff. I really don't know if I like the, you know, the last episode or this one more. Because, like, you know, Gen 2, Johto is my favorite. But this episode was like really good. I don't know. Both of them were great, but I think I might like this last one most. And actually, speaking of animation, there is a new Makoto Shinkai movie, which it's the dude who made Your Name and Weathering with You. Those were pretty good movies, so I'm pretty excited for the new one. What the fuck was it called? It was Susume no Dojimari, I think. I don't remember the English name, but either way, seems cool. These movies are always pretty good, but the issue is that I couldn't see the last two movies that he made in theaters, which they did show them in theaters, but it was so late that by that time I had already like watched it online. So I hope that they release this one in like Finnish theaters a bit sooner, right? I don't need it to be like the exact same time as it airs in Japan, but like, you know, at least during the same year would be nice. I really don't understand how movies, especially like anime movies, still have this thing where like it's not even guaranteed that they're going to show it in theaters in like every region, which is very weird. especially how like popular those movies are. Like they sell very well. So I really don't understand it. Maybe they don't sell as well in like Finland and other countries. I don't know, but at least in Japan and I think the US, they do sell quite well. It's pretty much the same story with the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. That movie is also coming out actually like today, and there is no release date, none, fucking no release date still. For I don't think even in the US there's nothing outside of Japan. So that's great. That's fantastic. Maybe in like the next 2 years I'll get to see it. Maybe if we're hopeful. I mean, I've read the manga, so there isn't really too much reason to like watch it outside of like theaters, because it would be nice to see like a really nicely animated movie in theaters. I don't think I've really seen any like anime movies in theaters, which it's a shame because I think it would be really cool, especially like, you know, Makoto Shinkai. Those movies are visually just fucking fantastic. Actually, I watched Weathering with You pretty recently, and very good, very good. I think I prefer it over Your Name. Both very good, but I think Weathering with You is my favorite. I have watched, I think, one of his other movies as well. Was it Garden of Words? I think it was called. That one was pretty good, but it was also pretty short, so didn't really stick out as much in my mind. Either way, good shit. Guy makes good shit. Yeah. Also, tomorrow is like Christmas, just straight up. This is like a very odd time to be streaming, but hey, I wanted to get the fucking shiny treecko. That would be a very nice Christmas present. The shiny treecko. Wouldn't mind at all. Maybe not. Maybe next time. I'm just like, I'm straight up becoming like disillusioned. Is that the word? I'm losing hope. Yeah, that's the one. Like, it'll have to happen at some point, right? But I've gotten so far at I honestly can't even like imagine like the shiny, what it would look like on screen. Even though like I know what shiny treecko looks like, but I don't know. Shit's weird. I've seen people go up to like, you know, tens of thousands of encounters for full odds, and like 9,000 really isn't even that much. But goddamn, it feels like a lot. And the big issue as well is, you know, I would really like to get this on stream. It would be really nice, and it would kind of like make these shiny hunting streams worth it in a way. But I don't know. I think after this stream, I probably will shiny hunt off stream. Yeah, I have some plans for what other streams I want to do before the end of the year, but I don't think I'm gonna do any more shiny hunting streams before the end of the year. That is. So I'll try to get to 10,000. But this stream I'm going to 9,500, and then, you know, off stream I'll do the last 500. I think that sounds like a plan. And actually, speaking of stream plans, I actually got a new stream idea. I, for some reason, really felt like playing Monster Hunter. So yesterday I booted up Monster Hunter Rise. Not just Monster Hunter. I've been playing Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, but I specifically felt like playing Monster Hunter Rise, so I booted up Monster Hunter Rise, right? And I was thinking of like, what do I even want to really do in this game? Because I felt like playing it, but I didn't really have any kind of like goal. So I thought about, what kind of goal I could get, or what kind of goal I could have. And I decided that it's time to stop being a complete pleb and learn other weapons, right? So in Rise, I only have used longsword, so I thought it would be fun to try to learn a new weapon. So I'm learning bow. I made a meta bow build, and I've been playing that a little bit. But I thought it would be fun to do a stream where I basically, played bow. I'll stream, try to learn that. So I think probably next stream. So not tomorrow, but the day after that, I'm gonna like do a Monster Hunter Rise stream where I try to learn bow. Which, yeah, let's just say I'm not the best at the weapon. I definitely did like start to get the hang of it after playing it, after like doing a few hunts with it, but I'm still definitely not very good at it. I've put in 120 hours into Rise, and yeah, all of that has been longsword. So trying to learn another weapon has been quite difficult, but it would be nice to not be a complete fucking longsword weeb and learn some other weapons as well. So yeah, that's a fun stream idea, and then I'm gonna continue Sekiro after that, where we left off last stream. Obviously tomorrow there will be no stream because tomorrow is Christmas and I'm gonna be doing Christmas things. The day after that, I'll probably do the Rise stream. We'll see. These streams are, of course, always like very much up for change. If I ever say anything, don't take it as absolute fact. There might be changes. That's like a good rule to go by. It's kind of a shame that like the game doesn't doesn't these because I'm like constantly soft resetting. I'm not saving time, so it always just says 3 minutes. But obviously I've been doing this for a bit longer than 3 minutes. So I have no clue. I really should have kept like a timer of how long I've been shiny hunting for, like real time. I think it's probably my average. I think is maybe like 100 soft resets an hour, maybe, but I don't know. It's definitely, it changes a lot. Sometimes I get in like, only like 50 an hour because I'm going really slow or I'm talking or trying to do something else at the same time. But sometimes I'm a lot more efficient, so it's hard to say, but I would guess that the average is probably like 80 to 100 in that range. So, yeah. We can pretty safely say that it's a lot of fucking hours. I've been doing this for quite a while now. And in terms of like when I started shiny hunting, obviously I haven't been doing this 24/7, but I started back in, I think, September, I'm pretty sure. So it's been like a good 3 months now. Actually, wait, was it September? It was probably more like October, yeah, because I remember thinking that I had a month before the launch of BDSP when I started shiny hunting treecko, so yeah. Probably around October that I started this, so like 2 months. I mean, right now, I've done 34 counters, and it's been 20 minutes, so... I don't know, math. It's like around 100. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly 100 in an hour, on average here, if we are to go by this very small sample size. So that's not bad. Also, bit of a cottage update. Long story short, basically, if you haven't been keeping up, right now I am in a small cottage hut thing, no running water. It's a nice little hut, and it has very good internet, which is why this stream should look a tiny bit better than they normally do. Normally they look very, very bad. This stream should look like okay, the bitrate should be like fine, right? And yeah, the internet is great. However, as it is in the right now, it is winter very much. It is quite cold, and yeah, the last like 3-4 days maybe has been like very cold. But today, the weather warmed down or up. How does that? I don't know. It became a bit warmer, right? A bit less cold. So that's nice. And additionally, I have the radiator on, so yeah, it's pretty warm here right now. However, the radiator makes a lot of noise, as I mentioned, so the mic might pick that up a little bit. Yeah. It would be like really useful to have my old graphics card right now, because I used to have a R9 390, and that fucking thing, like, it was very hot. It became like very hot while playing games. It was like I think like the normal temperature for it, like the base temperature that it was like always at, was 90, right? 90 Celsius. Um, that that's a lot. That's a lot, right? And under heavy load, I think it was like 100. So that's not great. That's not good, but that's just how the graphics card worked. And hey, it was pretty powerful, so that's nice. But my current graphics card is the RTX 2060, and this one is I think like 60 at base. Not even that actually. I think it's like 30 or something. And then under load it's maybe like 60. Either way, not very hot, which is nice. Nice under normal circumstances, but right now it would actually be pretty nice to have that R9 390 fucking heating up the whole place. Summers were difficult with the old graphics card because it would just, my room would get like so hot if I tried to like play any video games on my PC. Like fucking trying to play Witcher 3 during the summer was, yeah, quite a journey. Like room temperature is like fucking 30. Overall, in terms of PC specs, I'm like pretty happy right now with my PC. The one thing that I kind of regret when I upgraded my PC, it was, when did I last do it? I don't remember. Wait. Yeah, it was around this time last year, I think. Maybe a bit more. Maybe like 12, 13, 14 months? Yeah. 14 months ago or something like that. I upgraded my PC, and basically I upgraded everything except the graphics card, and then around half a year ago I upgraded the graphics card as well. So yeah, and I'm pretty happy with it currently, but the one thing that I regret, the one thing that I'm not happy with, is the fact that overall, like when it comes to PCs, I first got into like PC building when I wanted to build my first PC, which was back in I think 2015, and you know, back then I did a fuck ton of research into it, finding out about all these components, finding out like what is good and what is not good, right? And like the main thing that I kind of like drilled into my head, or one of the main things, was that like a SSD is very good. Samsung SSDs are very good, and like the SSDs that you install on your motherboard, which what the fuck are they called? I don't remember. I think M.2, I think is what they're called. Yeah, those things. They're like small little sticks, right? Back in 2015, those were like very expensive. So that was kind of like a thing that I looked at back then. I was like, okay, that's not even like possible to get, so no need to even look into it. However, now, back in 2020, when I was upgrading my PC, my brain was still like in that mode of thinking that, okay, like M.2 drives are way too expensive. So I got a Samsung SSD, right? Come to find out that M.2 drives are very cheap nowadays. Or not cheap, but they're as expensive as normal SSDs are, but they're a lot better. So yeah, I very easily could have gotten a M.2 drive, but I didn't, and I kind of regret that now. But I mean, it's fine, my PC is fast enough, it's just it could be faster, I guess. So that's like the one thing that I regret. Outside of that, I'm pretty happy with my PC. I should really find a better like carrying case for this DS. Currently, the one that I have is like a Nintendo Switch carrying bag. I have I have two Nintendo Switch carrying bags now because, one for my actual Switch and then one for the DS. It's kind of difficult because, getting a like DS carrying bag would potentially be better. But I feel like from what I've seen from a lot of those, they aren't very like sturdy, right? So I'm kind of worried about this DS becoming like damaged or breaking because obviously it's a capture card DS. I don't. I would rather never have to install another capture board or buy one because it's kind of like a thing of we don't really know if those are gonna last. We don't really know if there's gonna be people doing those capture boards forever. So it would be really nice to just have this thing work for the rest of eternity, but who knows? So I'm like really careful with this thing. And like the Switch carrying case that I have is, it's basically like, it's not like a hard case, it's like a soft case, but because it's intended for Nintendo Switch, it's like a lot bigger than the DS. So the DS has like a lot of, it fits quite well in there, and it overall feels like even if I would like drop it, I don't think it would really damage the DS much. It's pretty nice. But one issue is that it is also very big, it takes up a lot of space. So it would be nice to get like a hard on the outside and soft on the inside kind of case for the DS. One that was like actually designed for the DS. But I'm not sure if those even exist, and if they do, I have no clue where to get one. Because yeah, the DS is quite an old system by this point, so there aren't really any place to easily find those. Maybe on like eBay or something. I mean, this one is fine. It's just not the best case scenario, I guess. I really like this OST. Very good. I've heard this a few times now while streaming, I think. I'm pretty sure every time I've said something like, oh, this OST is good. Maybe I should look up what this is. I assume it's from Mystery Dungeon, but I don't know the exact one. Also, I talked about the Pokemon Evolutions thing. That reminds me, I have never played Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. Because when those games came out, I did not have a Switch. I only got a Switch in 2019 for Sword and Shield. So I never went back to play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I need to do that at some point. Those games look really fun. They are obviously like, you know, not spin-offs, but they're like, you know, they're Let's Go games. They're kind of casual, I guess. But I mean, all Pokemon games are a bit casual. I don't fucking know. They're Let's Go games, you know what I'm talking about. But I think they would still be interesting to revisit. But I mean, I did play through Pokemon Green pretty lately, so I'm not really like too keen to go back to Kanto right now. I'm interested in, you know, getting the shiny Treecko and actually getting to play through Sapphire. At the very least, I would really like to be able to, you know, get the treecko before Legends Arceus, so that I can play Sapphire a bit before I get consumed by that game. From what I've heard, Legends Arceus is like, it has a lot of content. I think there's been a lot of like reports and articles about it being like the biggest Pokemon game and stuff like that, which hopefully those are true, because that would be cool to have like a Pokemon game with like a fuck ton of content, especially with like what they've been talking about, it being like more Monster Hunter style. That sounds interesting, and I've heard stuff about like it being more grindy than normal Pokemon games, which I would also be fine with. Overall, I don't mind grinding in games. I know a lot of people really don't like grinding for levels or whatever in RPGs and such. I'm fine with it. It's just that maybe I might not give off that impression because of how, like, you know, in the Pokemon Green streams I usually did grinding off stream, but that's just because like grinding, there isn't really a whole lot to talk about, so I prefer not to do that on stream. But I mean, here I am doing it on stream. I don't know, it's a bit different. Because with this, it might change at any moment. There might suddenly be a shiny and then it's really exciting and stuff like that. But with grinding, it's just kind of like, you know, something that I prefer to do while doing something else, just like watching YouTube videos or something. I mean, obviously, you know, grinding in video games differs for each video game, but talking about like basic like level grinding and stuff like that. Overall, actually, I didn't even think of this really, but I had a video idea that I was going to do. A video where I would have talked about the kind of what I think makes Pokemon good, what I think is most important in a Pokemon game. However, I decided not to do that video because I didn't really know how I wanted to do it. But I could maybe do that here on stream. So yeah, I'm gonna do a live video right here. Basically, it's just I'm gonna talk about the topic. Yeah. So yeah, what makes a Pokemon game good? I think what I see generally from people when it comes to that topic, or what I see overall people prioritize about Pokemon games, I generally disagree with a lot. I've seen people say stuff like, you know, Pokemon games, like it needs to have like Mega Evolution, it needs to have voice acting, and it needs to have realistic graphics and be more mature. I disagree with every single one of those, all of them. Also, like, it needs to have a better story. I also disagree with that. I don't think Pokemon needs any of those. My favorite Pokemon games are Gen 2 or, you know, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Those games have fucking zero story. Their story is complete shit. The story is that Team Rocket wants Giovanni to come back, so they take over a radio place and then broadcast a call to ask for Giovanni to come back. Then you beat them up. That's the story. Yeah, and those games are my favorite, right? I don't think Pokemon needs a story at all. And, you know, if Pokemon doesn't need a story, then it also doesn't really need voice acting either. I think the only reason to really have voice acting is if you want to add, like, you know, emotion to it and stuff like that, but I don't think Pokemon really needs that. Overall, I think Pokemon, they tried doing more of a story focus and more of a, I guess, mature story in Gen 7, and it worked in the way that Gen 7 has the best story in Pokemon. However, I don't really like Gen 7 that much relative to other Pokemon games. Probably my second least favorite Pokemon games. So yeah, even though I think they did it well, what they were going for, I didn't still like the outcome because I don't think Pokemon really should have a deep story. I don't think that's where Pokemon really does well. That's not really the reason why I play Pokemon. Maybe it's different for other people, but I think the most important factor about Pokemon, the thing that matters the most, is the Pokemon themselves and kind of like the, I guess, the bond that you have with the Pokemon. Yeah, basically stuff like, you know, if you have like a Pokemon that you've used throughout the game that feels more important to you than some like random Pokemon that you might catch in the grass, right? That's kind of what I'm talking about. And anything that kind of like enforces that and adds to that is good, such as like following Pokemon, Pokemon having like natures and abilities and different movesets and stuff like that. Anything that adds personality to Pokemon is like fantastic. And yeah, that's where I think Pokemon is the best. It's the Pokemon themselves, obviously, but I think, you know, then matters the most is how much they add like personality to the Pokemon, right? It's a bit vague and difficult to explain, but that's what I think. And I think Gen 2 somehow that's not the best, because I think Gen 2, it doesn't really stop you a whole lot. It just kind of lets you play through the game. It lets you just go to places, and it doesn't really bother you with a bunch of stuff. Unlike, you know, Gen 7, which does that a lot. So that's, I think, like what makes Gen 2 my favorite. Overall, like Johto as a region is just, it's the best region by far. I know some people have a lot of issues with Johto, such as like the level what is level jumps, yeah. But I don't know, I've never really found them to be that bad. That was kind of a rushed way of explaining that whole concept of the video, but yeah, basically that. Overall, so the main reason why I ended up scrapping the video was because, well, number one, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the video, like in terms of like editing and presentation. But also it's, I don't know if I really want to go too much into like topics like that on my YouTube channel, because I don't know, I'm not really in the mood to like discuss that stuff with people. I more so just want to kind of, I guess, entertain. So I'd rather have my videos be more like, you know, comedy based rather than like serious. I mean, obviously there's a mix of it, but I feel like that with that video it was way more like serious than it needed to be, and I don't really know how to do that video in like a funny way without it kind of like clouding the message, I guess. Yeah, it's difficult making those kind of videos, so I don't do them. Simple solution. But obviously on stream, you know, this is much more casual, so I don't mind talking about that kind of stuff here. I really don't know about the mic settings. Just looked at it, and like when I put down my cup, you can like actually hear it. I don't think previously it picked up stuff that much. Maybe there is something with the audio settings. And it's so annoying to look into them. I just kind of hope that it works and then leave it at that. Which, seemingly it worked. Hopefully it still does. Right now I've been going at this for 40 minutes, and I have gotten a total of 70 encounters. Quick maths. That's like not bad. I don't think. That's about like 100 an hour rate, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, about. So, not bad, not bad. Also, I've actually been pretty good this stream about not hitting my mic. I haven't hit it many times this stream because it's like to kind of explain the setup currently. Like the DS is in front of me, and then there is a boom arm, which is one of those like arm things that you connect the mic to. That is holding up the mic like right above the DS. So if I move my hand up from the DS, I'll hit the mic. So I try to avoid doing that. In this stream I haven't done that once, which is nice. I've been really thinking about reading the Pokemon manga. I talked about this before as well, but it's been like, every now and then I see like panels of the manga on like Twitter or whatever, and the urge grows stronger to read the fucking manga. But I'm kind of conflicted because I might want to get the physical volumes, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to bother with that. So it's really difficult because I already have some of the physical volumes, but not nearly all of them. I have like 5 of the red, blue, green, yellow manga, and then I have like 3 of the gold, silver, crystal, or I think it's just gold, silver, I don't remember. I have all of the ruby, sapphire, and then I think like a few of the diamond, pearl, and then a few of the Art Gold, Soul Silver. Actually, I think only one of those. But yeah, I have all sorts of just random shit. But the only one that I have completed is the Ruby Sapphire, and I have not read that yet. I've talked about this before, but I still have not read that yet. I really need to do that. There's like so many things that I really need to do. I really need to play through Demon Souls. I really need to read that. What else is there? I really need to get the shiny treecko. That's a big one. Maybe I'll get it right now. Maybe. Who knows? I've done this a few times now, where I set it up. But this one for sure. Look. Okay, close. Almost. We'll have it next time. I really wonder if that's like ever worked for anyone, because a lot of the time you see like shiny hunters do that, where they say like, oh, this one, look at this one's gonna be it. I don't think it ever works. Maybe, if there's someone who has actually done that, I would like to see that, because that would be pretty cool. I think every single time that I've gotten a shiny, well, pretty much every single time, it's always been like when I'm looking away. It's always when I've not been paying attention, I've just been going on autopilot, and I like suddenly just like, oh shit, that's a shiny. I don't know why, but it always happens like that. But at the same time, I also don't want to look away, because then I might end up missing it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on looking at it, and hopefully it'll just, happen at some point. I'm actually not sure how, what the latency is here. Because I'm looking at the YouTube Studio window right now. I think it's behind by like at least one cycle. So like right now, how do I explain this? Is so annoying to explain. Right now it's like I'm one treecko behind from what you're seeing right now, or I'm one treecko ahead of what you're seeing right now. So that's kind of like how the latency is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one. I was like looking at the window, and I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Hey, definitely after the treecko, I'm definitely going for a random encounter shiny next, because I am getting kind of tired of doing soft resets. Would be nice to do just a basic old random encounter shiny. I'm kind of in the mood to maybe do one where like I don't even have any clear target. Just like choose a route, just go for it, see what you get. There's a few interesting routes. I've talked about this before, but I think it's the route with Spinda would be cool because there is Spinda, Skarmory, and Sandshrew. That's a really nice route. And then, well, the one after that, there's I think Sapphire has Seviper. Yeah, Sapphire has Seviper, and Ruby and Emerald have Sangos. And then, pretty sure that's how it works. And then there's Lothad, Lombre, and Swablu. That might be all of them. Maybe there's something else. But I mean, that's not a bad route. It's not great either. Yeah, it would be maybe nice to do one of those. The underwater would be nice. Only issue with that is that the encounters are pretty slow there. However, it would be nice because the options are very good there. Clamperl, Shincho, and then Relicanth. All of those are good. I wouldn't mind any of those. Thought about the desert, or Route 111, but only one there that's really interesting is Trapinch. So I don't know. I've thought about like doing only shinies on this like Sapphire playthrough. That could be cool, but at the same time, I kind of just want to play the game after I get the treecko. So I'm thinking about it still, but I imagine what I'll probably do is that I'll just, you know, after getting treecko, I'll just play through the game, and then, you know, once I feel like it, I'll do like shiny Spinda or whatever I feel like at that point. So I'll probably just do like a normal playthrough of like normal Pokemon and such. So actually, I forgot to mention this, but I actually did. I made a new character at one point. At one point, I thought to myself, like, maybe there's something wrong with this save file. I made a new character. So the last one was just Mui, and this one is Maguro, which means tuna, right? I don't know why. I just looked up something random to name it. So maybe that'll bring us luck. Maybe. It doesn't really matter since it's the very beginning of the game. So obviously there is. It doesn't really matter what the name is or what I've done with the character. Just in case. I mean, obviously it shouldn't have any effect, but you know. Maybe the tuna will bring us luck. It's weird. I don't really even like tuna much, but for some reason, tuna has become like a thing for me where sometimes if I like can't name something Mui, then I'll just use tuna or something related to tuna. So yeah, I don't know why. still, getting a shiny Poochyena, still wouldn't mind it. Still wouldn't mind it. Just seeing any shiny would be nice. Like, you know, obviously it would hurt a bit seeing a shiny Poochyena. It would be a little bit of a sting, but it would be something, right? Currently I'm just like in this depressing void of nothing. Nothing is colorful, nothing is shiny, right? I just hit my mic. That was the first time. I don't need to have a counter. I need to have a mic hit counter. I don't think it even really picks it up that much, but still, I'd rather avoid that. But yeah, right now I'm big sad. I'm big, you know, black and white, no color, right? No sparkle, no shinies. So getting a shiny Poochyena, even though it would sting a bit, it would hurt a bit, it would still be something. Sounds really depressing, but yeah. That's a notification. If the mic picks up like me putting down my cup like that, it's definitely gonna pick up that. That's not great. I get the shiny. I haven't been talking a whole lot because there isn't a whole lot to talk about. I want the shiny, and that's all I'm focused on right now. I don't know what other topics are there. I'm not great at talking for long durations of time, but I'm trying my best here. I did talk about last shiny hunting stream, which was like a week ago. I did talk about getting some Super Famicom games, specifically Link to the Past and Final Fantasy IV. I've been playing Link to the Past a little bit, but not much, because I've been doing other stuff. I've been playing other games, but I have booted the game up. I've played a little bit. It's just a little bit difficult because the first like 2 days that I was here, I didn't have access to my PC yet, so it was kind of a pain to like translate it on my phone, because I could read some of it, but not all of it, right? Obviously, and it was kind of annoying having to like scroll through the dialogue on my phone. But yeah, now that I have access to my PC again, I really should be playing that more. But been like doing other shit, and tomorrow I'll probably be, you know, quite busy with Christmas stuff. So maybe tomorrow evening I'll boot that up again and play that a bit. It would be nice to play that. I really want to get Kirby Superstar on the Super Famicom. That game looks really fun. I don't think I'm gonna stream it, but just for myself, play through it. Same with Yoshi's Island, except Yoshi's Island might not actually be a bad idea to stream. That looks like a potentially fun stream game. And one stream game that I talked about this, but I really want to play Super Mario 64 on stream. I think that would be really fun. But it's difficult because I don't know if I should get the Switch version or if I should get like an actual N64 cartridge and play it on that. It might be cooler to get an actual N64 cartridge, but I think the Switch version would run slightly better since it would be like, it wouldn't be PAL. I mean, I guess I could also get a Japanese N64 cartridge because I actually have two N64s. I have a Japanese and a PAL N64, but I don't have the cables for the Japanese one. It was like someone was like selling only the console for I think like 10 euros, really cheap, and I was like, I would be dumb not to buy this, and I bought it, and I still haven't used it, so I guess I was dumb because I bought it. Yeah, but I have that lying around somewhere, so I guess I could potentially use that, but I don't think it's really worth it. It would probably be easier to just get it for the Switch and play it with that. I don't know. Is the Switch port of that game good? Obviously, like, I've heard tales of the N64 emulation on the Switch not being the best, but I'm not sure if that just has to do with the Virtual Console or the actual, like, 3D Classics thing that they did. What was that called? 3D Superstars? What was that? 3D Collection? Mario 3D All-Stars, yeah, 3D All-Stars. I'm not sure. I've heard conflicting things on that. So maybe I'll go with that, maybe I'll go with the original 64, but at some point I would really like to play that on stream. I think that would be really fun. It has been such a long time since I last played 64. I've actually only really mainly played the DS version. I have played the original on like emulators a while back, but for both of those it's been really long. At least 5 years at like a proper playthrough. Yeah, 64 is a really fun game. It would be fun to kind of rediscover because I obviously have forgotten most of the stuff. We're getting pretty close to 9,500. Pretty close. Only 27 more. Right now I've been live for an hour, so I'll probably get to 9,500 at like hour 20. I think for shiny hunting streams, I like to keep them short because I'm not great. I will be the first to admit I'm not great at talking for long periods of time, but it's fine. You know, games like Sekiro, I'll be able to do like longer streams because I can talk more about the game itself. Actually, in terms of Monster Hunter Rise, which as I said, I will be just to do soft resets. As I said, I will be streaming that not tomorrow, but the day after. And with that, I'm again really conflicted because the game is coming out on PC. It might have already come out. I'm not sure. Either way, it's coming to PC at the very least, and I have it obviously for the Switch, but I don't know. I kind of want to get it for the PC. It would be really cool to have it, 60 FPS and better visuals. But at the same time, not being able to transfer the save sucks a lot. And Either way, I'm not going to be getting it until the DLC releases, that's for sure. If I want to get it on PC, I'm going to get it once Sunbreak comes out. But even then, if they do a similar thing like they did with World, where PC gets stuff like really late, then in that case I will not be getting it for PC. But if they come out at the same time, then I might get the PC version. It's just I've put in like 120 hours. It would kind of suck having to start from nothing, but I mean, what can you do? It's like they really should have gotten cross save somehow there, or like not even cross save, but like at least be able to transfer the save somehow. But I get that obviously Nintendo is probably pretty strict with those things. Overall, the difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS is like I can deal with 30 FPS, I can live with it, but after playing 60 for a while, it kind of hurts to go back to 30. I mean, it's obviously game specific, but I remember, you know, having played a bunch of Dark Souls and Sekiro on a PC, and then trying to play Bloodborne on PS4. Yeah, it felt quite clunky with the 30 FPS, but I mean, I get used to it really fast. It's not that big of an issue, but right when you transfer it, it does look a bit, you know, a bit chunky. I'm actually not sure at all, like what FPS do Pokemon games run at? Like this game right now? I wonder. I don't know at all, like, old Nintendo systems. Like, what kind of FPS do they run at? I mean, it doesn't really matter much, but interesting. I have no clue. So if I didn't even think of this. Oh god. Tomorrow, if I not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, if I play Monster Hunter Rise, I'm gonna have to set up the fucking Elgato capture card, which I haven't done yet, and then I'm gonna have to like figure out the delay that I have to add, because it's an old capture card, so it has a ton of delay. So if I want everything to be synced up, I need to add delay to the pigeon, to the mic, basically everything, to the stream starting screen possibly. Yeah, it's gonna be... oh god, I'm not looking forward to it. I'll figure it out though. That is the one thing that I kind of don't like about when streaming games from consoles, is, you know, having to deal with that. It's like it's a really big inconvenience, but it's not big enough to make it like worth it to get a better capture card. You know, the one that I have currently, it does everything that I need to. It just has that little bit of delay that is very annoying, but I can live with it. Obviously, it does its job, but it could do it better. I don't know. It's one of those things that eventually I'll probably get a better capture card, but I'm not in any rush to do so. I have my GameCube actually here with me. I left it last time at the cottage, so it's here now. For the GameCube, I have 3 games. I used to have 5, but for some fucking reason, many years ago, I sold HD Gale of Darkness and Colosseum, which I still regret to this day. I really wish I did not sell those, but yeah. The ones that I currently have are Metroid Prime, Wind Waker, and Pikmin. And I have played through Wind Waker, I've played a little bit of Metroid Prime, and a good amount of Pikmin, but not completely. I really need to play Pikmin one day. I've thought about possibly playing it on stream, but I've decided not to because it's kind of a weird game. I don't know if it would really work that well on stream, maybe, but I don't know. Overall, Pikmin as a franchise seems really interesting, but I feel like it doesn't get as much recognition as it maybe should. What the fuck is going on? Why the fuck does YouTube Studio say the audio stream's current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate? I mean, it sounds fine. Yeah, it sounds fine. I don't know. YouTube does weird shit every now and then, I guess. I mean, we are coming up on the end of the stream, so it's fine. Even if it does fuck up somehow, it's fine. Nine more. More. Please, shiny treecko, please. I actually checked from like a shiny odds calculator thing, and I think it said that my odds are like 60% or something. I should have already, you know, had a shiny, I think. I don't know how the fuck the math exactly worked, but it said something like that. I think it was like, you know, odds based, I have like a 0.6 chance of a shiny appearing or something like that. It was kind of odd. I don't know how that exactly works, but I mean, yeah, just look at this, looking at like the, you know, counter 9,500, that's over odds. I should be getting a shiny any day now, but have not gotten it yet. Maybe this one though. Maybe. Nope. One day I'm gonna fucking do that. I'm gonna say like this one, and then I'm actually gonna get it. It's going to happen. Oh, it's actually going to happen right now. Look at this. No pooch, but look. Okay, close one. Almost got it. I wonder what the temperature here is. I need to check after the stream, because it is getting quite warm. That radiator do be doing its job. It's very good. Two more. Maybe this one? Maybe. Might be. Nope. And the last one. Let's see it. Wouldn't it be crazy if this was a shiny? No. Damn. Our 10 minutes, 140 encounters. I don't know if that's good pace or not. I'm not really sure. I think it's probably better than my last few streams, because I think last few streams I only did like 100 or 120 maybe. And those were, I think, around the same length, so it's not bad in their space. Not bad, not awful. But yeah, that was this stream. No shiny once again. Surprisingly, really a big shock Can you believe it? I still didn't get the shiny? Wow. Yeah. I doubt I will do another one of these this year. But I'll probably be shiny hunting off stream. I'll do the last 500 to get to 10k, and then if I somehow, by some fucking miracle, a Christmas miracle even, I end up getting the shiny, then I'll post about it on Twitter, so follow me there. It's in the description, and when I press the end stream thing, this one, you'll see it there as well. Yeah. But that's all. That's the stream. Pretty okay stream, just kinda talked shit for an hour, but that's how these streams usually go. Not tomorrow, but the day after that, I'm gonna be doing the Monster Hunter Rise Learning Bow stream, so that's gonna be interesting. It's probably gonna be around the same time. I'll try to maybe do it a bit earlier, like maybe at like 11 p.m. This one was at 11:30 p.m. finish time, so yeah, 30 minutes before this stream started, basically. Whatever your fucking time zone is, I don't really know. Yeah, that's the stream. That's everything. Yeah. See you someday. Maybe. Bye.